like such a positive person. Like, yes, I'm very positively losing my mind. I have to use these 11 hacks that I found to decorate this entire cake. We're starting with the cake batter as a way to bake the cake even, because like no matter what I do, I always end up either with that like cake hump or that cake slump. So this is supposed to help bake the cakes more even. Oh no, I messed up already.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the hack?
Oh no.
Where's that?
I'm using the cake rods. So you're supposed to put it, I take that off. Starting off so great. Heat, oven, science. So the outside of the cake is always hotter and more done than the center of the cake. That's why it takes the center of the cake so long to be done. So this is supposed to bake it more evenly because you're adding a heat rod to the center that's gonna heat up the same temperature as the pan on the outside of the cake, making it all heat evenly. How it works with not making the dome hump thing, I don't know. We've got our 2 heat rods and we have our control of non-heat rod. But the second hack has to do with these baking not evenly, but doneness. I use a toothpick usually. You poke a toothpick in a cake and you take it out and it has some crumbs on it, then it's done, but no batter on it. But he's saying because the cake keeps cooking, you're actually overcooking your cakes. And the best way is to check the temperature. Problem for me is, I saw them open the oven and check it. So how many times do you have to open your oven to check the temperature and then close the oven, open the oven, close the oven? We all know with baking, the oven does not like to be opened with baked goods. That's my biggest concern. But I do love the idea of having perfectly baked cakes without over-baked cakes. So let's test it. We got a handy dandy fancy, Kevin, what is this thing? Are you sure this is not a tool for the garage? It's got a brownie on it, but I swear if you just gave me this, I'd be like 100% you bought this for yourself.
It's the only one that had a really long probe on it for the probing.
It's probing time.
So that you wouldn't burn your hands in the oven.
Good. That's helpful, thank you. I appreciate, I'm a chronic hand burner, so it was time, but I have to say, this is a lot cuter than this, but I like the safety of this.
That's not a thermometer. This is a thermometer.
That's got a knife. That's a knife.
How was my accent, everyone? Accents are not something I excel at.
Hot hands.
I could have told you that.
My cakes normally bake for 40 minutes. There's 7 minutes left on the oven. Let's see what temperature it is. It's supposed to be 205, right? So just stick it in.
That's what she said.
Okay, that's feels very undone. But letting all the heat out.
163.
That's very goopy. It's been another 13 minutes. I realized I divided the batter into 3 pans, so it needs more time instead of the 4 that I normally do. I don't like the heat escaping.
This doesn't seem like a very good hack.
The cake looks so mangled.
Did we overshoot? Oh no.
Kevin, what's funny?
Nothing, I just thought of something totally unrelated to this that I was laughing at. Did you poke yours with a toothpick though? Why did you take yours out?
Get me a toothpick!
Why is there towels on the floor?
Okay,
oh, these have to go back in.
Get them back in.
Why
This
am I
does
putting
not
these
seem
in?
done. Because I'm a mess, okay?
You already checked it. Get the toothpick out. Pick the towels up off the floor.
I hate this hack. Just realized something. I destroyed our control. Essentially, we have 3 cakes that are all a little bit poorly baked. I don't think I've seen my cakes dome in as much of this ever. I don't know what's going on with this. Look, it's got like a little nipple on it. So I don't know, because this one is all mangled from the thermometer, which was supposed to be our control, but it does feel a little bit less baked, but that's because we bake these ones longer. The heat rod, I don't know that it evenly baked it more, and it didn't stop it cupping down. Like if you look at these 2 things, they both dip in. So the baking rod didn't help with its dippiness. This one feels a lot more moist, I will say. Like it feels a lot softer. I feel like opening the oven a bunch of times trying to check the temperature isn't the best way of doing it, but I do feel like maybe we don't need to bake the cakes until they're toothpick clean. Maybe that is a little bit overdone. This is not someone else's hack. This is just something I do because when a cake dips in like this, I can keep leveling to that lowest point, but you're carving off so much cake. I honestly, if you just take these little bits of cake hump and you place it on the inside, once you have your layer of filling on there, you will never see that and you don't have to lose as much cake. I can't say that I'll ever use the thermometer hack or the baking rod hack again. Let me know if you like them. I hate sifting icing sugar. It takes so long, but you kind of have to when it comes to making icing. Cheshire Queens, love his content, by the way. Check him out. It's so freaking funny. Love his narrations to it and everything. I just love all the flavors. I just want to eat everything he bakes. But he has a hack for sifting icing sugar using a massage gun. Normally icing sugar, I'm just sitting here like tap, 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 and it just seems to take forever. So let's try his hack. He had his wrapped. I'm gonna wrap mine too so it doesn't get coated.
You just gotta get the angle right.
It's all on the angle. I feel like it works really well if you have one of these. I don't know if it's worth buying one of these to do this, but if you happen to have one, because you also have a bad back, that made it really easy. I don't know that was a ton faster.
If you've got a lot of icing sugar.
But if you've got a lot of icing sugar to go through, I think it was a bit faster.
Yeah.
The only thing is like, one way you're hurting your hand by just like tap, 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 and the other way you're vibrating all of the nerves out of it. So I'm not sure which you'd prefer, but this one was more fun. I love my buttercream recipe, but if I can get it silkier, yes, please. So usually I mix my butter for 2 minutes and I add my icing sugar, I mix it for another 2 minutes, and it's pretty silky. But this one, the recipes are almost identical, so not really testing the recipe. I wanna test the method because she puts her butter with a tattle attachment on high for 10 minutes so that the butter is light in color and really silky smooth. So let's go there. That is so silky smooth and light color. I hate dairy butter because it is yellow, so I like dairy-free butter for that reason, but this is looking very white now that we've whipped it, and I feel like it's gonna work a bit better. She whips it again after, but first we need to add in our vanilla. So, to add in all of my icing sugar, little bits at a time, and then when she does that, she whips it for like twice the time that I do as well. While we're here, we might as well try her other hack. Normally to stop my icing sugar from exploding everywhere, I just use a damp kitchen towel. She uses saran wrap. I like that for the reason that on camera, you guys will be able to see and I can throw this out and it not make a mess. I hate it because it's just another single-use plastic and I'm trying to cut down on that to be more environmentally conscious. Not that I'm nailing it, but I'm trying to like make more efforts. I will say it's a little harder to get on and off as I'm scooping in the icing sugar.
We do have a plastic cover for it.
That's not like a cover, that's like a splash guard. Do you even know where it is?
Yes, of course I know where it is. She's using plastic and towels and
Hey!
all kinds of other things. It came
Are
with
you
a splash
talking all
guard.
sorts of over there? Who gave that man a mic?
That's rude. Is it not for this bowl? It only works for the metal bowl? Come on.
It's a cute effort.
Is it really not fit? Let me try it. Let me try it.
Oh, yeah. I just needed the manly touch to come in.
That's what it was. I almost have, hold on, take this.
You are not, I have sticky hands.
Don't touch the camera. How dare you? I really want this to work.
I'm gonna be so upset if it works.
Oh, stupid thing. Yeah, I think it's only meant for the metal bowls.
Oh, that's too bad.
All right, well, now something else I have to wash. Damn it. Cut all of that out, Yulia. No. All right, just cut all that out and we're gonna come back to this. I think that your efforts to cut down on plastic are great. So this is a really good option, but I really prefer your towel option, Laurie.
Yeah, the towel option, you're just trying to carry him. The towel option does make a very sticky towel and makes more laundry. That is the downside, but
Reusable.
it's reusable. Oh, that got fluffy. Usually mine is a lot more dense, so I feel like that incorporated a lot of air, which I don't love. Been 10 minutes. It definitely looks a lot different than mine usually does, but I'm not sure if I like it better because it seems to have a little bit of a grain to it. Same recipe, just different method. It looks like almost dreamy, cloud-like, like it's definitely super creamy. Maybe the grit will kind of come out of it. Also, I have a free recipe ebook that's always linked in my description down below if you're ever curious about my recipes. They're all in there. I am not a simple syrup person. My cakes are already so moist that I really don't feel like they need simple syrup to add that extra layer of moisture and all that sugar. The problem is you have to make the actual simple syrup. You have to like boil down water and sugar and then wait for that to cool and then add that to your cake. Yes, you can infuse it with flavor. I'm here for that. When it's just adding sugar just to add moisture, like just use the moist recipe. But this person is not using simple syrup, but they're moistening their cakes with oat milk. Now they did say in the caption not to use dairy milk. She said for some reason that can go a little bit rancid. So she prefers oat milk, which I happen to always have non-dairy milk on hand. Is it gonna make it soggy or is it gonna make it like actually
If you already have a moist cake, it
Moist.
might make it soggy.
Yeah, so like I don't want to do too much then. But people like douse their cakes in simple syrup. Think that looks good? I mean, I know how moist the cakes usually are, which they already feel honestly very, very moist compared to normal. But I guess we'll see if they're extra moist when we cut into it. I'm more excited for the next step we're doing the flavor. I am a big cookie dough fan. I love cookie dough ice cream. I love cookie dough. I just sit there, eat raw cookie dough. This is a cookie dough filling, but like, I'm a little skeptical because it's not really cookie dough. It's just taking your icing, adding sweetened condensed milk and chocolate chips to it and saying like, it's cookie dough. Like, will it give it that cookie dough flavor? Because if it does, like super simply, I'm very much here for it. But also without having like chunks of cookie dough, like and just being sweet, like I don't know that I fully believe that this is gonna taste cookie dough-ish. There's no measurements, so we're just gonna eyeball it into taste. Which, I mean, icing is already sweet. Kevin.
You know, I've noticed the last few videos that you've been a little bit more hectic than you used to.
Yes,
be.
hectic.
You've been doing this for a long time.
Hectic.
It's not like you're just learning how to make cakes or something like.
I'm just a hectic person.
Yeah, but you didn't used to be this hectic.
It's not super cookie dough. If I had my way, I would say have like actual chunks of edible cookie dough in the filling, which you need to like heat treat your flour so you don't get sick. But it's giving cookie dough a little bit, like it has the essence of cookie dough. I like this one. This cake is very rough to start off with crumb coating. Instead of carving it down and losing cake, I'm just gonna add a few layers of crumb coat, little thin steps at a time to fill up all those gaps. It helps a lot when you chill your cake with a butter-based buttercream. It's gonna harden when it reaches a cold surface. So as you're working, things are just firming up and doing the work for you, which is amazing. Hug and first smooth, like already it looks so much less of a hot mess. After I do that first smooth, I find if I add on a little bit of icing here and there where I see it divoting in, then on my second smooth, that smooths that out. This is my cake smoother, by the way. If you want it, I'm linking it down below. Thank you so much for everyone who's bought it. I love you so much, and I love hearing how much it's changed your cakes. Like, it makes my day. Knowing that I made something that you love, that's helping you, like, thank you for support, and I'm so glad it's helping you. Because I love it too. Gold balls on the top of the cake. This whole putting like ball cake toppers on top of the cake, I've always loved the look of it, but to me, I'm like, to make edible cake pops or chocolate shell like spheres is just so much work that it's very intimidating that I have not done it. This hack I like because you're taking a styrofoam ball, you're dipping in chocolate and then dusting it and putting in the cake, and technically it could be reusable. So I like it for those reasons. I don't like it because it's just more inedible products in a cake, and because it's covered specifically in chocolate, like I could come take a bite out of this, and then those are my concerns. But let's see how it works. And also, if you're not using a silicone cup to melt your chocolate in, what are you doing? I wanna try these. Thins out your chocolate. Paramount crystals, add to melting wafers. Okay, that feels a bit better. Still wants to pull off. Like, imagine if this was a cake pop and you're like banging the cake. I used to make cake pops all the time. They're such a pain, but like still, I don't know what I'm doing with the spoon. Like, that's gonna make it better. I hate chocolate. Thinned it out more. See if that helps solve our problem. Whoop, whoop. Okay, that looks better. Still got a little bit of lumpy bumpy, but you wanna do one, Kevin?
No, that's not cleaning your hands.
You're not even filming it. What's that big lump? What are you gonna do about that?
I'm gonna shake it off. Why am I even in here doing this?
Because you gave me...
Because I was criticizing you.
Yep.
Got it. Oh, look at the weird textures it's getting. Oh, my fingers are sticky now.
Oh no, I can't focus on anything.
Look at that. That's a winner.
That's not...
There you go. You're welcome. Do you want me to do the rest for you?
I will say this part of this hack is definitely a me thing because I suck with chocolate. I just need to...
Got the gun?
I love that you knew what my thought was. Are we about to discover a new hack?
Come on.
Yes, me. I figured out a new hack. What? I'm sorry.
Like, how did that actually work so much better?
So much better. Like, hold on. Look at this one.
Why are you comparing mine?
There. You're welcome, internet. I love that you knew what I was talking about. Like, I feel like my eyes lit up, so I was like, wavelengths. You knew exactly what I was talking about in my head.
You have a face with subtitles.
They're not flawless, but like, those are pretty good. Especially considering me, you know? Now we just dust gold. Why isn't it sticking? Look at the streaks. I wonder if that's those like crystals that melted into the chocolate. Like, that is a design feature. Look at my streaky dipped random, we don't know how I did this and can never replicate a chocolate. Woohoo! Okay, Kevin remembered the hack. So we had to stick them in the fridge for 10 minutes and look at the difference. I guess it's just that little bit of condensation from the fridge adds that like layer of grip or moisture or something to the chocolate, but then all of a sudden, full coverage. All the things these videos and social media don't tell you. Cut 2, they're perfectly covered in chocolate. Cut 2, they're perfectly covered in gold dust. I got you. Icing the cake. This person did little rosettes on the side of the cake, which is more of a dated look, still pretty, but then they scraped it back and it looks like this, almost like a wallpaper rose pattern that's so pretty. I need to try it, but we're gonna try it in purples instead of pinks. They didn't really show much in the video of how to do it other than just like piping them on and scraping them off. But usually to create a two-tone buttercream, I just add one color to one side and then fill the bag with the other side, the other color. I feel like whatever little grittiness that we were seeing in the icing initially is kind of gone because this looks fairly silky. I still don't know if there's that big difference between the way I normally do it and this way, but it's definitely piqued my interest and I want to experiment more with it. Can we bring this trend back? Like 10 years ago, all the cakes were iced in this, and honestly, I thought like I wasn't gonna like it as much as I do. Maybe it's just the purples coming through, but like, it's kind of cute and it's so easy. Kevin, what do you think? Do you hate it?
I don't hate it, but it's not there.
You don't love it. Okay, I think we're supposed to pop this in the fridge just for this outer layer to harden a little bit. She said half an hour in the freezer, but since my cakes are cool, I'm gonna give it like 10 minutes. They didn't really show smoothing at the top at all, but it looked like they came across the side and then the top. It's a chunky monkey. I'm really hoping that this is a trust the process and isn't just gonna give me a, I mean, they're pretty colors, so if I end up with a marbled cake, it's fine, but like, I'll also be very, very sad. You see any roses?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
I mean, the swirls are starting to come through now. You still have to scrape more back. Trust the process, Larry. Just trust it.
I will say I'm seeing more swirls. Why are you laughing?
Just your emotional roller coaster you go on every video.
We're doing heat, because the caption said something about heat.
Something about heat.
I feel like it's less scraping now. I think because the cake was so cold and we're just trying to scrape off just that top layer, that the heat feels important. I don't think that it's gonna, don't. Kevin.
I didn't say anything.
You giggled and pointed at the camera in my face. That's said enough. I have an idea.
See, I point the camera at your face other times than to laugh at you.
Ow. Should I be? I really hope this measuring cup is okay with heat.
Guess we'll find out, Larry.
I don't actually know that for sure, Z's.
You thought the glass was hot when you picked it up?
Yes.
And then you pour the contents of the glass into there and put your scraper in it?
Yes.
And then your scraper doesn't have a handle.
Ow! Okay, so we're gonna do this. Is it doing things?
It's doing things. You're getting a little... Can I join you, Archie? You look so cuddly.
To me, it's giving so much more of like a tie-dye look than it is roses. This whole hack technique has potential, but maybe the colors and the layout of the rosettes are a lot more important than we gave them credit for.
There are some really cool looking ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I feel like this next one is either gonna make the cake better or ruin it more. Basically, we're using a stencil on a cake, which is not a new concept, but I have done either stencil on the cake and dry brush gold works okay. Or I've done a stem cell cake and you brush colored buttercream on, works okay. But I've never done the combination. You have the wetness from the buttercream that's gonna like cling then to the gold. We're gonna go for like a patchy stencil look.
You're not gonna cover the whole stencil, just
No, just like, and then, you know, kind of come out with it. That's hard to say without seeing what it's like when it scrapes off. We're going for a full coverage stencil. Stop it, Kevin. Well, I wanted to be more trickly patchy, and then I don't know what happened. I happened.
What are you doing? What are we hugging?
Thank you. I didn't understand. Kevin understood. I couldn't figure out, he's like, tape, I'm like, tape! And I hated the cake. It would stop recording. I just like had a moment. I was just so upset. Cause like, this isn't what I wanted, and then this just made it worse. I was like, oh God, but you fixed it for me.
You have to trust the process. So many times where you do the main, like this big thing, and then you think it's gonna look awful, but once you get all the decorations on, it'll be fine.
For some reason, this cake, I'm just like, you're stupid. You're a stupid cake.
I'm sure I didn't help when you said when you were like going on about how much you didn't like it, and you're like, do you like it? And I was like, no.
It's like, right, it's trash. I knew it was trash. Okay, this is gonna be better. Are you laughing?
Yeah, I just heard your belly gurgle.
Oh, yeah, I'm hungry. Oh, that doesn't look full coverage. No. Oh my God, that's too much. I don't know if I should touch that board. Should I pick up dust from it or no? Maybe I just did.
You ask me as you're doing it.
Please don't rip off all my icing.
Why would you go so fast?
It felt like a good idea.
Why?
Like a Band-Aid. I thought if I went slow, it would make any ripping worse.
What do we think? Why do you keep putting that face down on the counter?
I didn't, look, it's well, this side, which would you rather, the gold or the sticky?
You did both. What are you up to?
Don't.
You're putting more dust. I thought you were cleaning the board.
I was trying to clean the board and it was literally too hard. So you know what? I'm embracing the board.
It's not bad actually. It doesn't look that bad.
It's a moment, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know that any of the things that I'm now doing to this cake is gonna make it better. I'm smiling, but on the inside, I am crying. I am unhappy with this. I had like high hopes and dreams. I had like a whole sketch done up and I'm trying to trust the process, but I'm not trusting the process and it's just like, it's not what I wanted. And I know it's not supposed to be like the most amazing cake. I know that it's just testing hacks, so it's fine, but like, it also sucks when you're like in the middle of a cake and it's just not looking the way that I wanted it to look. Although I feel like it's looking a little better with the balls. Do you think it's looking a little bit better with the ball? You choose your words wisely.
I was going to say before you asked me, it's looking much better with the balls.
Okay.
A little snowman?
It's a hidden Mickey.
Oh.
I wasn't planning on going with the side, but I felt like this gold needed to be tied in with this gold. You know what? Okay. It's still, no, Kevin, no, what?
It's gotta be exhausting. This roller coaster.
It is.
You just strap in and you have no choice but to go for the ride.
You guys don't even see half the stuff when we stop pressing recording. I'm like, I hate it. It's terrible. I'm like such a positive person. I'm like, yes, I'm very positively losing my mind. Okay, let's try the last hack and make this cake even better. This one is wild to me because I suck at buttercream roses. I always have, like just a big struggle for me. But that's like piping on like a flour and arrow, piping on a stick. They're just sitting here spinning this and going up and down, and it doesn't even look like they have a piping tip. Like it looks like they've just have like a slit in the bag. I don't know how well this is gonna go. About as well as everything else today.
No, that's, just spin as fast as you can without, yeah, there you go, nice.
We've got kind of a cone. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I knew this would come in handy again. We're trying it with the piping tip. I did not like the cut in the bag.
Good start. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Well, it's, oh, Kevin.
Oh, but no, this is my face that it looks really good. That's what you were gonna say, right?
We we can all say that this is better than the last one was.
100%. I totally agree. Good job. You did. Oh, you're not happy with it? Sorry. I wasn't sure what we were doing this time. But you're not gonna be able to get it to like flow out with like that with this piping tip, I don't think.
You think that this, I have here still, we could do another one, Kevin. Oh, it works, it's working so good. I'm so glad I ditched the piping tip for this. This is firmer icing, so I also want to do pink roses.
Yeah, that's tricky. Your satisfaction of me up.
That's not so easy, is it?
I never said it was.
I just needed one to be easy. No, I don't think. We're just making forever poop icing blocks.
Yeah, that's the foundation of it, is the poop.
Okay. Yeah.
This is bull. Guys have been practicing this their entire lives.
They make it seem so easy and then you look like a chump. Like you're the problem, you can't figure it out. I failed. I can't do it. Kevin tried, we all tried. We all failed. Is this a hack? No. Is this whole video concept about only using hacks decorating entire cake? Yes. But I also need a win right now. And the cake can't stay as is. It needs something. So you know what? I'm gonna put a couple flowers on there. Honestly, it's not that bad. I actually kind of like how it turned out, surprisingly, but I feel like they're just like two themes that don't really work together, and I think that's the biggest thing. The purple roses, I feel like is not working with everything else, but actually the other decorations, like the little flowers, little balls, and little stencil, I feel like are working. The favorite hack for me is probably the way to get these fully coated in chocolate with a massage gun, which ended up being my accidental hack. Let me know if there's other ones that you think I should try, or if any of these you thought were killer. Let's try the cookie dough filling and I guess how moist the cake is with all the different things we did. Oh, it's like a wet cake. Oh no. What kind of day is this? It's hard to say if this is just so wet from either like the oat milk simple syrup hack or if it was just from like not being baked as long, but it's not moist in the way that's really good. It's like too wet. My chocolate cake is already so moist to begin with, so it's probably not the best recipe to try with this because it doesn't need that extra layer of like moistness, but that's just my personal preference. Again, recipe ebook is down below if you guys want to check it out. And I don't know, the filling isn't really screaming out. I don't think it has enough flavor to stand out with everything else. Let me know which of these hacks that you liked or thought that were useless, or there's ones that you like out there that I haven't tried yet because I am dying to try more cake decorating hacks. Let me know. I love you. See you in the next one.